Naturally, when the story moves, we move with it. So let's go back to one of our top stories. A 35-year-old man has been arrested in connection with the Table Mountain fire. A case of arson has been opened. The man is believed to have been living in the nearby bush. The fire has caused massive damage to property since it ignited yesterday. The fire, however, has since been contained. That's at least according to the mayor, Dan Plato. For more on this, I'm joined by eNCA's Ronald Masinda, who is near the Groote Hospital. Ronald, we understand a lot of people had to be evacuated from the area, and heavy winds are making matters worse.
They are indeed. We are hearing reports as well that several people have been evacuated at Groote Hospital. We are yet to see any signs of it, but we will keep our eyes and ears here at Groote for quite some time. But the fire has been contained on many parts of Table Mountain, but there are a few areas where there seems to be cause for concern. One of them is that fire, that raging fire that we are seeing in the background. The city of Cape Town has since issued out a statement saying that active firefighting is concentrated in areas such as Vredehoek, Philip Khosana Drive and UCT, and that city firefighting resources have been dispatched with at least 32 firefighting appliances and more than 150 firefighters working around the clock. We also heard that aerial firefighting support remains grounded. Now this is of course due to the strong winds that we are experiencing here in Cape Town today. City of Cape Town also going on to say to us that at least 4 firefighters are receiving medical treatment, and that 2 of them belong to the City of Cape Town. Now in terms of the evacuations, earlier on we were at Vredehoek where quite a number of people were evacuated from the building. One of them is a lady who we spoke to earlier on. She was unable to fetch her belongings with people there telling her that, you know, she arrived a bit late to fetch her belongings before the evacuation. She said she doesn't know at this stage where she will find alternative accommodation, but it will most likely be from family members. Let's take a listen to what she had to say further.
I think it began yesterday during the day when a few buildings were going down because of the mountain fires. The people that run Dyser Park did assure us this morning that everything would be running smooth and the fire had settled, but unfortunately that's not the case considering the current situation right now. So we've been told to evacuate to a safe spot and then wait for a call basically, and wait until we get a word from them on the update.
So just listening to that wind in the background there, Ronald, it's quite dramatic. I mean, it just tells of the difficulty that the firefighters are battling this blaze, the conditions under which they are battling this blaze. We've been focusing a lot on UCT students and the large-scale evacuation and subsequent relief and assistance program that has kicked in as far as UCT is concerned. But what about schools in the area? How have they been affected?
Well, just a bit on UCT, because earlier on, just a few moments ago, before we arrived here, we spoke to a UCT student who was crying because her concern was that she will miss out on submitting an assignment. She says that at her residence she has left behind a charger of a laptop, and that this will hinder her opportunity to submit the assignment on time. A really concerned student who's from Johannesburg, but is studying as a second-year student here at UCT. She went on to further say that, you know, the evacuation process was a very untidy one, and that many of them, there was no head count, there was too much uncertainty as to how they will live, how they will receive their meals and so on. But we also know that several voluntary groups are assisting many students. At least 4,000 students from UCT are assisted by a number of initiatives such as Gift of the Givers. But coming back to the schools that we visited, 4 schools in the Zonneblom area, they had to close classes for the remainder of the day because the children and the teachers were suffering from smoke inhalation, so they had to close classes, and many of them, who saw parents earlier on fetching the school kids. So let's take a listen to what one of the principals had to say earlier.
So today, obviously, most of our kids they live in the township areas. We commute to school, and parents had to be contacted. They had to then leave work or home and come and fetch those kids. The traffic coming into town has also been a nightmare, with the M3 closed and many of the other roads closed. And as you can see, some of the residents of the Home Estate area are also being evacuated as we speak.
Up to the minute details there from eNCA's Ronald Masinda. Comprehensive coverage and all the information you need to know, right? Because at the end of the day, this is not just about, looking good and, being ahead of the curve and reporting. It's to help you with all the information you need to know about where things stand at this very moment for your decision making if you happen to be affected by the fires in Cape Town. So look out for more of those reports from Ronald Masinda throughout the day here on eNCA. At the bottom of 12, in case you're just joining us, these are the stories that we are tracking for you.